All right, what up, yo? It's Ingo Trades, and in today's video, I'm gonna be giving you guys 3 tips that I use that actually genuinely help me get over revenge trading. That way, y'all can stop doing that because revenge trading at the end of the day is the #1 thing holding most of y'all back from actually getting payouts and actually making this shit work. It is one of the hardest things to get over, but these are 3 things that genuinely fucking help me. And I wrote them. I'm gonna write them all on this whiteboard, and I already wrote the first one, but the first main thing, and honestly, I think it's the most important, it is long-term consequence. You have to think in the long term. So, what do I mean by this? Let's say you have 5 trading days right here. You had a losing percentage on the week of trades being won, right? Let me show you why revenge trading fucks you up. Let's say you took 2 dubs, one for 1,000, one for 1,200, and then you took a loss, and a loss for 400, 400, and 300, right? What do you end up on the week? Plus 1,300 with 3 losses and 2 wins. As a beginner trader, $1,300 on a week is really fucking good for one account. For one. Now, let's say you revenge traded all 3 of those days. You had the win for 1,000, a win for 1,200, but because you took a loss and you couldn't handle the loss and you wanted to make it all back, you took another trade with the same risk. Now, instead of losing 400, maybe you lost 700. Instead of 400, maybe you lost 800. And then maybe instead of 300, you lost 600. What do you end up on the week? Up $100. Did you win any of those days? You might. This day, you might have won the second trade and gone like break even, and then you'd be up just an extra $300. So this would be like 400. Still, it doesn't beat that. Literally, if you take a loss, understand it is a part of the process because the long term for the week and the month, as long as you have a consistent risk to reward ratio, it will play out in your favor, plus 1,300. So that is the first point. Now, the second one, let me write it down on here real quick. All right, so point number 2. This one is another really important one. Do things that you hate doing. Now, what do I mean by this? Because it's kind of vague. I want to tell you how doing things in your outside life, like outside of trading, that you don't want to do actually correlates to your decision making while you're on the charts. And I use this as an example. So let's say, me personally, I fucking hate running. I hate running, but I force myself to do it when I don't want to do it. I'm building a mental discipline of doing the things I need to do, even though when my emotions are telling me not to. Now, when you're trading, do you ever be like, man, I might miss this move. My emotions are telling me I gotta get into this trade, or I lost a trade and now I gotta make it back. I can't end the day on a losing day. All that shit, bro. When you do things that create discipline, when you take action over your emotion, it correlates to the charts. Now, how does this correlate? I want to make back my loss really bad, but I will force myself to close my laptop. You emotionally want to keep trading, but because you do actions like forcing yourself to do the things you don't want to do, you now are forcing yourself to close the laptop. You might not want to quit trading for the day, but you're so used to forcing yourself to do things that you know you should do even though you don't want to, that it correlates over to the charts. I'm telling you, I went on a 4 to 5 month break whenever I moved back to my hometown, where I wasn't lifting, I wasn't eating right, I wasn't running, and you know what? I traded like shit. And then when I moved back down here to Fort Lauderdale, gym, running, eating healthy, gallon of water every day, boom, payout, 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 payout. Now I'm at 5. So it correlates, trust me. Now let me write out number 3 real quick. All right, so the third point I wrote down, I didn't really have anything to write for a diagram for it, but it's long-term process. You have to think long-term with trading. If trading was easy, everyone would do it. Everyone would be successful at it, but it's not. 99% of you watching this shit right now will not make it because you don't have what it takes. But the people who understand this is a long-term game, a long-term process, they don't get affected by losses. Why? If I know no matter what, I will take losses in trading. There is no 100% win rate. Why would I trip over a loss if I follow my rules? Because in the long term with my RR, I'm going to be making money. I'm going to be taking payouts. So if I take a loss, it's a part of the process. Now, let's say you take a loss and you revenge trade and you're like, no, I can't take this loss. And boom, you blow your funded account because you couldn't handle your emotions. Instead of, setting back the time that you get a payout like a day, 2 days, you've set yourself back 2 weeks because you revenge traded. Let's say you need 5 winning days, right? 5 winning days. You're at 4 and you need 1 more. You really want that winning day and you took a loss. Okay, cool. I lost like $300-400. That's fine. Next day. Now, the next day, you have a winning day. Okay, cool. Boom, payout. Let's run it. Now, that's not too bad, right? That loss don't seem too bad. I got my payout, right? So what's the trip about? Now, person number 2, 4 wins. You need 1 more for the payout. Boom, you take a big loss. And it's just like, fuck, bro, I really wanted the payout. I just needed like a $200 winning day. Like, this shouldn't have happened. And then you revenge trade. Boom, $800. Fuck, man. Now you've completely set yourself back. Next day you come into it, you're tilted because you lost all that money. Now you're gonna try to make all that money back instead of just getting that winning day of $200 for your payout. And then boom, you lose like another $500 account blown, all because you couldn't handle your emotions. Now, person number 2 makes person number 1 don't sound too bad. Okay, I took a loss, but the next day I took a dub, took my payout. Cool, the loss don't mean anything. But when you take the loss and you let it affect you and take another big one, and then it affects you the next day, and then you take another big one, instead of setting yourself back a day, you set yourself back like 2 weeks. So think long term. If you do stupid shit now, this will become a way longer process. If you just understand losses suck, it's okay, next day, it's gonna go a lot quicker. But those are my 3 points. I hope y'all can take something from this video. If y'all can like and subscribe, I would definitely appreciate y'all. Big time, big time. But y'all stay blessed.